Hello everyone, welcome back. Although Laurent's skills remain a mystery for the majority of Darrell Dixon's first season, the spin-off's closing episode, Coming Home, largely answers all the questions viewers have about this intriguing new member of The Walking Dead. With the exception of zombies, Robert Kirkman's The Walking Dead universe runs on a largely realistic level. By presenting Louis Puig-Sigliuzzi as Laurent, a youngster raised by nuns and revered as a messiah by a sect known as the Union of Hope, Darrell Dixon Episode 1 broke this norm. Even stranger, the spin-off's first episode claimed that Laurent has a unique ability to foretell the future, and had predicted Darrell Dixon's arrival in France. Even while that assertion may be fanciful, Darrell Dixon's later episodes simply serve to accentuate Laurent's legendary status. Laurent is unquestionably important to the future of The Walking Dead, from helping a widow through her grief to solving a Rubik's Cube in a faster-than-average 3 minutes and 12 seconds, until Darrell Dixon's Season 1 finale, which eventually dispels the smoke and mirrors around Daddy Darrell's new son. It was unclear why the Union views Laurent as so exceptional, or whether his value is approaching supernatural status. The conclusion of Darrell Dixon Season 1 does categorically disprove Laurent's superhuman abilities. The image Isabelle gave Darrell in Episode 1, supposed to be a picture Laurent created of Darrell doing dishes in France 3 weeks before it occurred, was a fabrication, she says on the last leg of their trek to the nest. While Darrell was already recovering at her convent, Isabelle swiftly organized for Laurent to create the painting. She knew she needed to go across the country to get Laurent to the nest and that Darrell was an experienced survivor of the apocalypse. Isabelle hoped that by showing Darrell the image, he would believe Laurent's promise and defend her nephew as they traveled to the nest in northern France, a safe haven. Of course, the great irony is that Darrell assisted them without ever truly considering the possibility that Laurent has clairvoyant abilities. Previous Darrell Dixon episodes have almost explicitly predicted this turn of events. Not only did Darrell accuse Laurent of being a regular kid in Episode 3, but Laurent would have been more helpful in earlier episodes if he could see the future. It would have been a start to alert Darrell and Isabelle to the myriad dangers looming above them. With regard to tone and realism, Darrell Dixon is abruptly brought back into line with the larger The Walking Dead franchise by Isabelle's admission. There is no longer any discussion of superpowers or psychic abilities. Laurent can still look forward to a bright future and will always be remembered as a special character in the world of The Walking Dead. Laurent's chances of joining the X-Men may have been dashed by Isabelle, but Darrell's remark about Laurent being a regular kid is also inaccurate. Laurent has displayed exceptional emotional intelligence, maturity, and wisdom throughout Darrell Dixon Season 1, along with a capacity to sympathize that surpasses even Father Gabriel. One instance of Laurent using his abilities is the scene from Darrell Dixon Episode 3 where he comforted a solitary weeping widow. However, Episode 6 goes farther. Laurent receives a welcome at the nest that is deserving of his messianic position, demonstrating the child's skill at uniting people and giving them a reason to hope. The only reason Janet wants Laurent dead is because of this inspiring quality, which is his actual gift. Laurent gives the French people the desire to fight for love, generosity, unity, and all the virtues Janet views as evidence of weakness for reasons that are beyond human comprehension. Darrell Dixon hasn't yet provided an answer to the question of whether Laurent merits such praise or whether the Union is only clutching for a straw in the shape of Laurent, since the alternative is terrible and bleak. The second season of Darrell Dixon will demonstrate whether Laurent is capable of being the savior the Union hopes for, or whether he would prefer to play soccer and pick his nose like a typical kid. One of the most widely held pre-premiere Darrell Dixon beliefs was that Laurent was immune to the zombie virus due to his biological makeup, and that this trait would finally be revealed as the reason this young man was meant to save the world. Darrell Dixon doesn't fully exclude the possibility even if his prediction never materialized. Laurent was born to a mother who had already transformed into a zombie during labor, as was revealed in the flashback scene from the second episode of Darrell Dixon. The Walking Dead hasn't yet examined the biological ramifications of that. In The Walking Dead, every character is already infected with the virus, which becomes active upon death and causes reanimation. It's conceivable that, if virus transmission occurs during pregnancy, Laurent's mother's reanimation altered her unborn child's response to the infection. Investigating Laurent's DNA is not an option without a fleet of eminent scientists to investigate that notion. Lossing may be counting on Laurent's unusual birth circumstances providing him with zombie immunity, though. Any character who did have such a gift would undoubtedly be unique. Throughout Darrell Dixon's Season 1, Laurent often displayed an understandable reluctance to assume the role of savior. Not only did Laurent cut Darrell's boat loose to ruin the trip to the nest, but he also requested to stay at the French school from episode 2, desiring to live with people his own age. The celebration moved forward to the nest at Isabelle and Darrell's request. But now that Laurent has arrived, his future is in limbo. In Darrell Dixon Season 2, Laurent must decide whether to accept himself as an average youngster who has been given an impossible assignment for someone so young, or to take on the challenge of living up to the high expectations placed upon him. In one way or another, Darrell Dixon's job will be to assist Laurent in achieving those goals. By continuing to serve as Laurent's father figure and post-apocalyptic tutor, Darrell can aid in his ascent to stardom. He can also protect Laurent from the nest's residents, who view him as some sort of second coming, Beatles idol. This division might have an impact on Darrell Dixon's choice of whether to stay in France or go back to the United States. In Darrell Dixon Season 2, if Darrell feels that the union's fixation with Laurent is becoming unhealthy, he might be tempted to bring the youngster to the United States and introduce him to Judith and RJ at the Commonwealth, enabling Laurent's innocent upbringing to blossom. Of course, someone would still be needed to provide the Union of Hope the inspiration and strength to defeat Janet. Fortunately, Darrell Dixon's long-lost brother-in-arms, who also happens to be the lead of the upcoming spin-off of The Walking Dead, is the ideal candidate for the position. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget